Hi everyone, this is Mr. Kui, your teacher of English. Today we're going to see a grammar point. Continuous tenses. Be plus ing. We're going to see three different tenses: present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. All of them show an action in progress. The first one we're going to see is the present continuous. How can we know that this verb is in the present continuous tense? The present continuous is to be in the present form plus the verb plus ing. So in the affirmative form, we have, let's take the verb to play. I am playing. He's playing. They're playing. The negative form, you're going to add not. So, I am not playing. He is not playing, or he isn't playing. They're not playing, or they aren't playing. In the interrogative form, you want to swap I and am. Okay, so the auxiliary is going to take the position of the subject. Am I playing? Is he playing? Are they playing? And the last form is the interrogative form. Am I not playing? Isn't he playing? Aren't they playing? So these are the four forms of the present continuous. Now, when do we use the present continuous? We use the present continuous for actions taking place now. For example, I am teaching English. Or maybe this guy is sleeping now. We can also use the present continuous for arranged future actions. She is coming back tomorrow. So for the future, we can also use the present continuous. But here, that future is planned. Now, let's practice. I'm going to give you an exercise, and you will put the different verbs in the present continuous tense. Sentence number 1. You use my mobile phone. Sentence number 2. My dad washed his car. 3. It's not rain today. 4. Who she chat to now. 5. What you do at the moment. 6. We sit on the train. 7. The students have lunch in the canteen. Okay, class, let's do it together. Sentence number 1. You use my mobile phone. Answer: you are using my mobile phone. Number 2. My dad washed his car. My dad is washing his car. 3. It's not rain today. Here you're going to use the negative form because of not. It isn't raining today. It isn't raining today. 4. Who she chat to now? This is a question. So you need to say, who is she chatting to now? Who is she chatting to now? Number 5. What you do at the moment. Here again, this is a question, so you need to use the interrogative form. What are you doing at the moment? What are you doing at the moment? 6. We sit on the train. We are sitting on the train. We are sitting on the train. And the last one, the students have lunch in the canteen. The students are having lunch in the canteen. You did good job. Thank you. And let's proceed. Now let's tackle past continuous, or the past continuous tense. Here again, you will need to be. But this time, to be is going to be conjugated in the past form. So, was or were plus verb plus ing. So let's see the affirmative form of the past continuous tense. The verb here is to play again. So you will say, I was playing, or he was playing. They were playing. So you see that was is going to be used with I and the third person of the singular form of the pronouns, and were for the rest, you and we and they. Now the negative form. I was not, or I wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. They weren't playing. The interrogative form. Was I playing? Was he playing? Were they playing? And the last form is the interrogative form. Wasn't I playing? Wasn't he playing? Weren't they playing? So these are the 4 forms that we can have with the past continuous. Now, when do we use the past continuous? We use the past continuous for actions taking place at a certain time or at a certain moment in the past. Example, at 2 o'clock, Carla was preparing the contract. Or you can use the past continuous for actions happening simultaneously in the past. Actions happening at the same time in the past. For example, while I was teaching, the students were taking notes. While I was teaching, the students were taking notes. So here, 2 actions are happening at the same time, at the same moment. The past continuous is when an action was in progress in the past and another action interrupts it. Example, it was raining when she came in. It was raining when she came in. So the action here, which is in progress, is to rain. And the other action which is going to interrupt is to come in. Okay, so it was raining when she came in. Now let's do some exercises to practice the past continuous. Now let's correct. Number 1. Yesterday at 6, John drove to the airport. You should say, yesterday at 6, John was driving to the airport. 2. While Claire have lunch in the canteen, Mary and Will talk to a customer. While Claire was having lunch in the canteen, Mary and Will were talking to a customer. 3. I prepared the invoice when my computer suddenly crashed. I was preparing the invoice when my computer suddenly crashed. 4. When we sit in the meeting, Joseph suddenly got a hiccup. When we were sitting in the meeting, Joseph suddenly got a hiccup. 6. Bob and I walked to the office when it suddenly started to rain. Bob and I were walking to the office when it suddenly started to rain. 7. During the week of the conference, I stay at a nice B&B. You should say, during the week of the conference, I was staying at a nice B&B. 8. Where you stay during your time in London? Here's the question. So pay attention. You should say, where were you staying during your time in London? 9. Who do my job while I was in hospital? Question. So you should say, who was doing my job while I was in hospital? Now, let's see the last tense, which is the future continuous tense. Here, the formula is will be plus verb plus ing. Now, I'm going to show you the different forms. In the affirmative form, you will say, I will be playing. I will be playing. You will be playing. There is no change. So it's the same thing for the rest of the pronouns. The negative form is, I won't be playing. Or you can say, I will not be playing. The interrogative form, will I be playing? Will I be playing? And the last form, interrogative form, is won't I be playing? Won't I be playing? Okay, so these are the different forms for the future continuous. Now, when do we use the future continuous? The future continuous is used for actions taking place at a certain time in the future. For example, this time tomorrow, we will be taking our exam. This time tomorrow, we'll be taking our exam. So it's an action in progress, but in the future. Good. Now, time to practice. Exercise 3. put the following verbs in the future continuous tense. Sentence 1. At midnight, we sleep. 2. This time next week, we sit at the beach. 3. At 9, I watch the news. 4. Tonight, we cram up for our English test. 4. Tonight, we cram up for our English test. 5. They dance all night. 6. He not play all afternoon. 7. I not work all day. 8. Eat you at 6. 9. Drive she to London. 10. Fight they again. Okay guys, time to correct the exercise. Number 1. At midnight we sleep. At midnight we will be sleeping. At midnight we will be sleeping. Number 2. This time next week we sit at the beach. Should say, this time next week we will be sitting at the beach. We'll be sitting at the beach. 3. At 9, I watch the news. At 9, I will be watching the news. 4. Tonight, we cram up for our English test. Tonight, we will be cramming up for our English test. We will be cramming up for our English test. 5. They dance all night. You should say, they will be dancing all night. 6. He not play all afternoon. Answer, he won't be playing all afternoon. He won't be playing all afternoon. 7. I not work all day. Answer, I won't be working all day. 8. Eat you at 6. Here is the question. So you should say, will you be eating at 6? Will you be eating at 6? 9. Drive she to London. Another question. Will she be driving to London? Will she be driving to London? And 10. Fight they again. Answer, will they be fighting again? Well done, everyone. So for further practice, I'm going to give you a few sentences for you guys to work at home and be able to master the 3 continuous tenses. Okay guys, let's recap. Today's lesson was about the continuous tenses. We've seen 3 continuous tenses: the present continuous tense, the past continuous tense, and the future continuous tense. The present continuous tense is used to mention actions that are happening now. The past continuous tense refers to actions that were in progress in the past. And the future continuous tense refers to actions that will be in progress in the future. That's all for now. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.